On a sunny day in late October 2022, Shanquella Robinson, a vibrant 25-year-old woman from North Carolina, embarked on what should have been a dream vacation to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, with a group of friends. However, this trip soon turned into a nightmare that would capture the attention of people around the world. Shanquella was found dead in her hotel room, and initial reports suggested it was due to alcohol poisoning. But the truth, as it would be revealed, was far more sinister and disturbing. What really happened to Shanquella Robinson in that luxury villa? How did a fun filled vacation turn into a tragic and mysterious death? And most importantly, who was responsible for the untimely demise of this young woman? As the details of this heartbreaking case began to unfold, a chilling video surfaced online showing Shanquella being brutally attacked by one of her friends. The footage contradicted the initial claims and painted a horrific picture of betrayal and violence. This revelation has spurred a relentless quest for justice, not just by her family and friends, but by people across the globe who have been moved by her story. In today's video, we'll dive deep into the tragic case of Shanquella Robinson. We'll explore her life, the fateful trip to Mexico, the shocking video that changed everything, and the ongoing fight for justice in both the United States and Mexico. Stay tuned as we unravel the facts, expose the lies, and follow the trail of evidence that has captivated and outraged so many. Shanquella Robinson was more than just a name in the headlines. Born and raised in Charlotte, North Carolina, Shanquella was a bright, ambitious, and loving individual. At 25 years old, she was a successful entrepreneur, running her own hair braiding business called Exquisite Kids, which specialized in styling children's hair. Her passion for her work and her dedication to her clients made her well loved in her community. Friends and family describe her as a joyful person with a radiant smile, always willing to help others and spread positivity. Shanquella graduated from Winston-Salem State University, where she was known for her vibrant personality and strong work ethic. Her time at university helped shape her into the determined young woman who would later build a thriving business. Shanquella's entrepreneurial spirit was matched by her love for travel. She often shared her adventures on social media, showcasing the beautiful places she visited and the joy she found in exploring new cultures. In late October 2022, Shanquella decided to take a much needed break from her busy life and planned a trip to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, with a group of friends. The trip was meant to be a relaxing getaway, a chance to unwind and enjoy the sun soaked beaches of Mexico. Shanquella and her friends checked into a luxurious villa, ready to make the most of their time in paradise. The trip seemed to start off well, with the group enjoying the beautiful scenery and vibrant nightlife of Cabo. Shanquella, always the social butterfly, shared photos and videos of their adventures on social media, giving her followers a glimpse into the fun she was having. However, as the days went by, things took a turn for the worse. On October 28th, Shanquella's family received a frantic phone call from one of her friends informing them that Shanquella was gravely ill. The initial explanation given to her family was that Shanquella had suffered from alcohol poisoning. This news was shocking and devastating as Shanquella's family knew her to be responsible and cautious. The suddenness of her condition raised immediate concerns and questions among her loved ones. Within 24 hours, the heartbreaking news of Shanquella's death reached her family. They were left reeling from the shock and grappling with the confusion surrounding her sudden passing. The official cause of death was listed as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, a detail that contradicted the friend's initial claim of alcohol poisoning. This discrepancy set off alarm bells and led her family to demand a thorough investigation. As more information came to light, it became clear that something terrible had happened in that villa. A disturbing video surfaced online showing Shanquella being violently attacked by one of her friends while others watched and recorded the incident. The video, which quickly went viral, revealed a brutal and senseless act of violence that contradicted the story of a peaceful vacation gone wrong. This revelation marked the beginning of a relentless quest for truth and justice. Shanquella's family, supported by a growing number of advocates and concerned citizens, called for a comprehensive investigation into her death. They sought answers to the many questions that remained. Why was Shanquella attacked? Who were the individuals responsible? And why did they initially claim it was alcohol poisoning? Shanquella Robinson's story is one of a promising young life cut tragically short and a family's unyielding fight for justice. As we continue to explore this case, we'll uncover the details of the investigation, the efforts to hold those responsible accountable, and the impact this has had on both sides of the border. Stay with us as we piece together the events that led to this heartbreaking loss and the ongoing battle for justice. When news of Shanquella Robinson's sudden death first broke, the initial reports were both shocking and confusing. On October 29, 2022, just one day after her arrival in Cabo San Lucas, Shanquella was found unresponsive in her luxurious villa. Her friends, who had accompanied her on the trip, informed her family that she had suffered from alcohol poisoning. This explanation was not only perplexing but also deeply concerning to her loved ones, who knew Shanquella as a responsible and cautious individual. The news of Shanquella's death spread quickly, and reactions from those who knew her were immediate and heartfelt. Friends and family were devastated, struggling to comprehend how a joyful vacation had turned into such a nightmare. Social media was flooded with tributes and messages of condolence as those who knew Shanquella expressed their shock and sorrow. The narrative of alcohol poisoning, however, did not sit well with many who were familiar with Shanquella's habits and character. As the days passed, a chilling development emerged that would shatter the initial narrative and plunge the case into a deeper mystery. A video surfaced online showing a horrifying scene. Shanquella was being brutally attacked by one of her friends in the villa. The video, likely recorded by another member of the group, captured a moment of intense violence and betrayal. In the video, Shanquella can be seen being beaten by a woman identified as one of her friends. The attack is relentless, and Shanquella, seemingly defenseless and vulnerable, does not fight back. The footage also shows other members of the group watching the assault without intervening, some even recording the incident on their phones. This video contradicted the initial claims of alcohol poisoning and suggested a much darker reality. The release of the video sparked outrage and disbelief. Shanquella's family, already devastated by her sudden death, was horrified to see the brutal attack on their daughter. The video quickly went viral, garnering millions of views and drawing widespread condemnation. People around the world were appalled by the brutality of the attack and the apparent indifference of the bystanders. As the video circulated, questions began to mount regarding the involvement of Shanquella's friends. Why had they initially claimed she died of alcohol poisoning? Why did no one intervene during the attack? And what motivated such a violent act? These questions became the focal point of an intensifying investigation. Mexican authorities, upon reviewing the video, reclassified the case from accidental death to homicide. They began questioning the individuals who had accompanied Shanquella on the trip. Each friend provided a different version of events, adding to the confusion and suspicion surrounding the case. The conflicting stories only served to deepen the mystery and raise further questions about what really happened that night. The autopsy report provided crucial insights, revealing that Shanquella had suffered severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, injuries consistent with the violent attack seen in the video. This finding directly contradicted the friends' initial claims of alcohol poisoning and further implicated them in a potential cover-up. Shanquella's family, driven by their grief and desire for justice, pushed for a thorough investigation. They enlisted the help of legal experts and advocates to ensure that those responsible for Shanquella's death would be held accountable. Public pressure mounted, with calls for justice echoing across social media and in communities both in the US and Mexico. The friends who had traveled with Shanquella faced intense scrutiny. Their actions, both during and after the incident, were dissected and criticized. The lack of intervention during the attack and the subsequent false narrative suggested a disturbing level of complicity. As investigators continued to piece together the events, it became clear that the truth behind Shanquella's death was far more complex and sinister than initially reported. The tragic incident involving Shanquella Robinson is a stark reminder of how quickly a seemingly joyful occasion can turn into a nightmare. The brutality captured in the video, the betrayal by those she trusted, and the subsequent quest for justice have left an indelible mark on all who have followed the case. Shanquella's story is a powerful call to action, urging society to seek truth, demand justice, and hold those responsible accountable. As we continue to delve into this heartbreaking case, we will explore the ongoing investigation, the legal proceedings, and the broader implications of this tragic event. Shanquella Robinson's death has ignited a global movement for justice, and her story serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of accountability and the relentless pursuit of truth. Stay tuned as we uncover more details and follow the fight for justice for Shanquella Robinson. In the wake of Shanquella Robinson's tragic death, law enforcement agencies in both the United States and Mexico were thrust into action. The initial response by Mexican authorities, which classified Shanquella's death as an accidental result of alcohol poisoning, came under intense scrutiny following the emergence of the disturbing video. With the case now reclassified as a homicide, the pressure was on to conduct a thorough and transparent investigation. Mexican authorities, led by the Baja California Sur Attorney General's office, took the lead in the investigation. They quickly began questioning the friends who had accompanied Shanquella to Cabo San Lucas. Each individual's account was dissected, and inconsistencies in their stories were noted. The authorities sought to determine not only the sequence of events that led to Shanquella's death, but also the motives behind the attack and the potential complicity of those present. Simultaneously, the FBI got involved in the case back in the United States. Shanquella's family had been relentless in their pursuit of justice, reaching out to federal authorities to ensure that the case received the attention it deserved. The FBI's involvement added an additional layer of scrutiny and resources to the investigation, facilitating the exchange of information between the two countries and ensuring that no stone was left unturned. One of the most critical pieces of evidence in the investigation was the autopsy report. Conducted by Mexican medical examiners, the report revealed that Shanquella had suffered severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation injuries typically associated with significant blunt force trauma. These findings starkly contrasted with the friend's initial claims of alcohol poisoning, providing a clear indication that Shanquella had been the victim of a violent assault. The autopsy further noted that Shanquella's time of death was within 24 hours of her arrival in Mexico, aligning with the timeline of the video showing her being attacked. This information corroborated the visual evidence and underscored the need for a deeper investigation into the events that transpired in the villa. The video, combined with the autopsy results, formed a damning body of evidence against the friends who were present. It became evident that the initial narrative provided by Shanquella's companions was not only misleading but potentially an attempt to cover up the true circumstances of her death. The focus of the investigation shifted to identifying the roles each individual played in the assault and subsequent deception. As news of the investigation's findings spread, the public and media reaction was swift and intense. The brutal nature of the attack, coupled with the apparent betrayal by Shanquella's friends, sparked widespread outrage and disbelief. Social media platforms became a hub for discussions about the case, with hashtags like #JusticeForShanquella trending as people demanded accountability and transparency. The media played a crucial role in keeping the case in the public eye. News outlets across the globe reported on the developments, highlighting the discrepancies in the initial reports and the chilling details revealed by the video and autopsy. High-profile figures and celebrities also weighed in, using their platforms to call for justice and to bring more attention to the case. Shanquella's family, while grappling with their immense grief, became vocal advocates for justice. They participated in interviews, held press conferences, and utilized social media to share their daughter's story and to rally support for the ongoing investigation. Their resilience and determination resonated with many, further fueling the public outcry for justice. The case also prompted broader discussions about issues such as violence, accountability, and the importance of friendship and trust. The shocking betrayal by those Shanquella considered friends led many to reflect on the nature of their own relationships and the importance of standing up against violence and injustice. In response to the mounting pressure, both Mexican and US authorities reassured the public that the investigation was being handled with the utmost seriousness. Mexican officials announced their commitment to pursuing charges against those responsible, while US authorities indicated their willingness to cooperate fully to ensure justice was served. As the investigation progressed, it became clear that this was not just a case about Shanquella Robinson, but a larger movement for justice and accountability. The revelations that emerged highlighted the need for thorough investigations in cases of suspicious deaths and the importance of international cooperation in seeking justice. Shanquella Robinson's tragic death and the subsequent investigation have left an indelible mark on all who have followed the case. The quest for justice continues, driven by the tireless efforts of her family, the dedication of law enforcement, and the unwavering support of the public. As we move forward, it remains crucial to honor Shanquella's memory by seeking the truth and ensuring that those responsible are held accountable for their actions. Stay tuned as we follow the latest developments in this heartbreaking case and continue to support the fight for justice for Shanquella Robinson. The push for justice for Shanquella Robinson has been a relentless effort involving both the United States and Mexico. In the US, Shanquella's family has been vocal in their demands for a thorough investigation and accountability. Their determination has garnered widespread support from the public, activists, and legal experts, all of whom are calling for swift action against those responsible for Shanquella's death. This pressure has ensured that the case remains a priority for us law enforcement and federal agencies. In Mexico, authorities have faced intense scrutiny to handle the case with the seriousness it deserves. The Baja California Sur Attorney General's office has pledged to pursue the investigation rigorously, working closely with us counterparts to ensure that justice is served. The international nature of the case has underscored the importance of cross-border cooperation in tackling such heinous crimes. As the investigation continues, several key developments have taken place. Mexican authorities have issued warrants and are seeking the extradition of those involved in the attack. This complex legal process requires coordination between the two countries, but both sides are committed to ensuring that the perpetrators are brought to justice. In the US, the FBI has been actively involved in gathering evidence and supporting the investigation. This collaboration is crucial for building a robust case that can withstand legal scrutiny in both jurisdictions. The ongoing efforts include interviewing witnesses, analyzing forensic evidence, and tracing digital footprints to piece together the events leading up to Shanquella's death. The public outcry over Shanquella's death has been profound. Social media platforms have played a pivotal role in amplifying her story and demanding justice. Hashtags like #JusticeForShanquella have trended globally, bringing together a community of supporters who are united in their call for accountability. This digital activism has kept the pressure on authorities and ensured that the case remains in the public eye. Prominent figures and celebrities have also lent their voices to the cause, using their platforms to highlight the need for justice. The widespread media coverage has brought international attention to the case, further intensifying the demand for a thorough and transparent investigation. The tragic death of Shanquella Robinson has shocked and saddened people around the world. From the initial reports of alcohol poisoning to the shocking video of her being attacked, the journey for truth has been fraught with heartbreak and outrage. The investigation, now classified as a homicide, continues to unravel the complexities of the case, with authorities in both the US and Mexico working tirelessly to ensure justice is served. Shanquella's story is a stark reminder of the importance of truth, justice, and the fight against violence. It highlights the need for accountability and the power of community in seeking justice for those who can no longer speak for themselves. As we continue to follow this case, it is crucial to support the ongoing efforts and keep the memory of Shanquella alive. If you found this video informative and believe in the quest for justice for Shanquella Robinson, please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more updates, and share this story with your friends and family. Together, we can keep the pressure on and ensure that justice is served. Thank you for watching.